Hi YouTube, Engineer Boy 100. Today I'm going to be changing the air conditioning compressor on a 1999 Mercedes SLK230. It's pretty easy to do. It requires the removal of 3 mount bolts, here, here, and here. Now this first one here is the most difficult, and I'll show you where that is on the car. You also have to remove 2 coolant refrigerant lines, and they're right here on the top, here, and here. Okay, and of course you have to replace your dryer. It has 2 mount locations, and I'll show you where these both are on the car right now. Noting this one is the most difficult, so I'll show you that first. And I have a socket on it, so it's easy to identify. Okay, so we're over at the car. I'm going to show you that first bolt. It's the easiest way to get to it is from the top right here, and I have this socket on it right now, and I'm going to point to it right here. You can see that right there. So right there is that number 1 bolt, and the bolts are 13 millimeters. The other one is right over here, and it's much easier to get to. Right there, also 13 millimeters. I'll show you the one that's on the bottom under the car. But while we're on the top, these are the 2 connections here. And there's another one, I need to give you a little bit of light, down there on the right hand side, right here. And these are 6 millimeter Allen bolts. So let's go down underneath and I'll show you the last bolt that you need to take off. So we'll start out here a ways so you can see, have a little bit of a reference for where that last bolt is on the bottom. There's the front of the compressor, and that bolt that you need to take off is right here. We also have to remove the receiver dryer, and I'll show you where it is. Right behind the mass airflow meter, right here. Okay. There's the receiver dryer. You have to take off these connections, and there are 2 mount bolts that you have to get to by removing the tire. And there's a little plastic cover that has 3 plastic nuts and 2 metal screws that hold it in place in the wheel well. Okay, so we removed the tire. Here's the plastic cover. Okay, one of the screws is here, one of the nuts is here, and one of the nuts is over here. I don't know if you can see that right there. Okay, and the cover comes down, and there's the receiver dryer and the 2 mount bolts on either side of it. You have to take that loose, and this hose, and you just replace it. So let's get started. Here's what everything looks like taken apart. We got that bottom bolt down there, as you can see. We got the 2 top bolts that hold down the coolant lines. Okay. We have the top bolt for the mount here, right here. And the only thing left is the bottom bolt. So we'll go down underneath and we'll let you have a look at that one. 3rd plastic 10 millimeter nut is that holds the shroud around the up under the wheel well, around the accumulator. Well, there it is. It's way up there, right here. Okay, so that one might be kind of tricky to find, and I didn't want to leave this out. All right, back to business. For easier access to the top mount Allen bolts and the top 13 millimeter hex bolts, remove the intake hose by unclipping the mass airflow meter and removing the 3 bolts on the intake of the throttle. Pretty easy, and then everything just comes off together. Now I can loosen the 2 top 6 millimeter Allen bolts. Once you have the bolts loose, you can take the fittings off, and there may be a little bit of refrigerant still in the system. That's fine. Just make sure it's been completely evacuated as much as possible before proceeding. Yeah, a little bit like that's all you should expect to have for gas leakage. Once you've jiggled the refrigerant lines loose, you can take off the electrical connector for the solenoid that operates the clutch. You don't want to forget that. And yes, I've already loosened mine up so I don't have my hand in the way, so you can see where it is and how it comes loose. So it's right here. You just take it, you just pull it out like that. But I loosened it in advance. It'll be a little harder than that. But otherwise you couldn't see it come out. So there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take the camera down and let you guys watch me take a look at that bottom 13 millimeter. It's right here. And put a 13 millimeter on it. And take it loose. Not loose enough. Okay, now that I have all the mount bolts loose, I should be able to work that out up here through the top. And here we go. Out with the old, in with the new. Here's the new one, and I'm going to leave these caps on until it's installed so that no dirt falls into the unit while I'm installing it. Once it's mounted up, then I'll take these off and attach the coolant lines, refrigerant lines, I should say. Okay, here's a tip. Before aligning the compressor with the mount locations, put the rear bolt in first. Okay, like this right here. Before you line it up. Let me focus. Before you line it up, because otherwise you won't be able to get that bolt in because there's not enough room. Then work the bolt, the compressor, and the hose in to alignment with the mount location together. Okay, so now I have it loosely mounted. I'm taking off these plugs here. Okay, and there's a blue one in the back, as you can see. I've left it loose so that as I try to align the coolant lines, the refrigerant lines, I have a little bit of movement so I can get them seated correctly, tighten those down, and then I'll go ahead and finish tightening down the mount bolts. The two mount bolts are different lengths. The long one goes in the front, toward the front of the car, and the short one goes in the back, just in case you get confused about which one goes which. Okay, the compressor is in and buttoned down, and now it's time to remove the receiver dryer. So the first thing we're going to do is remove this electrical connector. Then we'll take these lines loose and support with 2 wrenches. The support wrench is 17 millimeter and the removing wrench is 19 millimeter. There's a support bracket on the receiver driver's line back here. You don't have to take that nut all the way off, just enough to loosen it so that you can move the pipe back to take the receiver driver line out. Now we'll remove the other line under the wheel well, and this line has a support nut and a removal nut too. Those are also 17 millimeter for the support and 19 millimeter for the removal. Now we just need to remove the two 10 millimeter mount bolts here and here and remove the receiver dryer. Once the mount bolts are off, just take the receiver dryer out. Out with the old, in with the new. Once you have your old receiver dryer off and you're going to put your new one on, don't forget to remove and replace your air conditioning pressure sensor. Take your pressure sensor off, the old one, and put it on the new one. But when you do that, you want to check this O-ring right here to make sure it's in good shape. You'd hate to have to take this whole thing loose again and replace that. Also, I mean, in some cases you may want to replace the whole sensor, and I'll put the part number and everything in the description below. But this is your pressure sensor, so if you have to change this, you're going to have to evacuate the system, change it, and then recharge the system. And you don't want to do that because this is, measuring the pressure. Take this loose, take it off, and you're gonna have to repressurize the system. So, off with the old, in with the new, onto the new. Now the nut on the pressure sensor is 27 millimeter, but you can do like I did and just use an open end wrench. Take that off if you want. I do have a 27, but it's overkill, and it wasn't that tight. So you can just use open end, take that off, and swap it out. We can reinstall the new one onto the mounts. Work it up into the hole, and then put it onto those mounts. We get one of those nuts on there, and then you connect your lines. And you're good to go. Take your system back in and have it recharged. And we'll go ahead and get this line done while we're under here, and then we'll go up top side and connect the other line. Don't forget to tighten these things up. Now that the bottom hose is connected and it's all mounted up, all we have to do now is connect the top hose and attach the electrical connector. And finally, don't forget your electrical connector on top of the air conditioning compressor and the ground wire on the back of your power steering pump, which you probably had to take that loose to gain access to the bolts. And that's it. Air conditioner is now ready to be charged and go into service. Thanks for watching.